this rivalry, a pregame skirmish about an hour before kickoff here in Louisville. Some pushing, some prodding, some poking between the teams. That was right at midfield. And then one more time the teams would come together. This again in Louisville territory around the 40. The confrontation continuing. The coaches finally come together for a handshake. Paul Carcaterra was on the field for all of that. Here he is.
Well, Beth, it's a rivalry game, and it's fair to say Kentucky and Louisville do not like each other. Emotions running high. Pre-game, there were two scuffles that broke out. I was on the field for both of them. The first one happened out of nowhere as players from both teams met at the Cardinal on the 50, were barking at each other, and pushing and shoving proceeded. The second one, Louisville coach Bobby Petrino told me members from Kentucky's team that weren't suited up were jawing relentlessly and approaching their side of the field. Head referee Mark Hurls informed me no flags were thrown because there were no punches thrown, and the pushing, shoving, taunting was from both sides. Flags would have been offsetting.
Thank you, Paul. So from the pregame hostilities to the kickoff, Kentucky in all white, the Cardinals of Louisville in black, the kick through the end zone. And Louisville will have it as we begin. We've already heard from Paul Carcaterra. I'm Beth Mullins along with Joey Galloway. And Joey, you've been in these kinds of games before at Ohio State. A lot on the line, including bowl eligibility for Kentucky, and certainly this rivalry has been amped up late in the season.
Absolutely. Anytime a team crosses the 50-yard line in warm-ups, that means it's time to fight. They know what it means, and that's why Kentucky crossed the 50-yard line. They're going for their 6th win. This is their chance to get bowl eligible. They want this game, and they need to make a statement here against Louisville, who has a high-powered offense. They're going to have to find a way to slow down Bonafon in the way they put points on the board at Louisville.
Brandon Radcliffe with the first carry. Well, unfortunate that it had to come to that pregame. Let's hope now it will just continue from a football standpoint for a youngster at quarterback, the true freshman Reggie Bonafon from right here in Louisville and Trinity High School. And Reggie picked up a huge win against Notre Dame along with Louisville on the road in South Bend. Joey, he comes in today with a lot of confidence.
Yeah, he does. And he's a different quarterback than they've had all season long. He's an athletic guy. Look for the zone read plays, the run plays, and then he looks to make a play with his feet when he has a chance. He has the ability to go the distance.
Bonafon under pressure, and down he goes. Coming right up the middle, Zadarius Smith. And this 3-4 alignment for Kentucky. This is the unit that really has to step up today.
Absolutely. You can see early, you got to get pressure on the quarterback. Look in the middle of your screen, just goes right through. I mean, there is no slowing this guy down. Early in the game, you send a message to the offense. We're going to be in your face all day long and make it difficult to stand in the pocket.
It's a group that has come up with some big plays. 4 touchdowns scored for this defense. That's tops in the SEC. But it is the everyday, the run game that they have to be much better at this afternoon against Louisville. Radcliffe on the draw. He'll get out across the 20, and that's it.
You start off the game, and this defense from Kentucky gets off the field. You start off with all the emotion in a rivalry game. You know you're a little outmatched. Louisville has the better playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. Send a message early. We're here. Get off the field, get our offense on the field, and should have pretty good field position.
Ryan Johnson with a 40-yard average on the punt. DeMarco Robinson just across midfield awaiting the kick. And that will chase him back to the 35. They'll give it a go from there, and he slips up and falls down at the 38. Just a couple of yards on the return, 43 yards on the punt. And Kentucky's offense will trot on out for the first time, and that means Patrick Towles, who returned to practice this week after an ankle injury against Tennessee. He's a big guy, 6'5", 235. He's got a few 300-yard passing games on the season, Joey. Those came early. Looking to crank it up through the air a little bit today.
Yeah, absolutely. And they need to make plays through the air, but number one, establish the run.
Yep.
It is the safest way to score points. It's the safest way to protect the football. Establish the run. It takes time off the clock. It lets your defense rest, and it keeps the Louisville offense on the sideline.
They've got several different guys that can run the ball for him. It's Braylon Hurd, the transfer from Nebraska, who will start out. And it's a receiver screen out across the 40 to Javis Blue, the senior out of Florida. Sheldon Rankins with the tackle, a gain of 3.
Yeah, and a nice safe play call. Let your quarterback get into the feel of the game, get the ball out of his hands, gets gets a completion early on just to get things started, get it settled in.
2nd and 10. Boom Williams now into the game at tailback. And the true freshman will get the call. Williams with a nice cutback across midfield. Williams inside the 20 and bumped out of bounds by Gerard Holloman.
Nice patience by Williams. You talked about him being a freshman. Usually freshmen don't have this kind of patience. Having the ability to come to the line, not seeing what he likes, moves his body left one time, doesn't see it again, goes left again, gets outside for 43 yards. The reason that happens, and it's pretty good defense by Louisville initially, plugging the hole where Williams wanted to go, but he had the ability to bounce it outside, and then it's just him and the safety in a foot race.
Monroe, Georgia, Williams has become a big play guy out of the backfield. They'll fake it to him. Towles will keep. How important is this game for Patrick Towles? Well, you know how the quarterbacks all week in practice wear the red pennies so the rest of his teammates know not to hit him? Patrick said, not wearing red this week. Give me a blue one, because I cannot put on Cardinal red during rivalry week. Play action with Horton, the throw into the back of the end zone, incomplete. He overthrew Ronnie Shields, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, and Towles had a shot here. Borden, the other tight end, wide open in the front of the end zone. Towles with the pressure coming in his face, just lobs it out into the back. But boy, when he takes a look at that, when he gets to the sideline, talks to his coaches, they're going to talk about the fact that they had Stephen Borden in the front of the end zone for an easy touchdown.
22-yarder for Austin McGinnis, who has 3 kicks of over 50 yards on his resume, and this one a chip shot, and it is good. So Kentucky able to put the first 3 on the board, under 7 to go in the first. TCU certainly made a statement with a huge win in Texas, and Baylor and Ohio State will have their chance. 5 plays, 51 yards to Kentucky for the field goal. And now back to Louisville. They'll try and get some more on the ground. Dyer picked up and placed down, and the Louisville faithful don't like that. Here at Papa John's Cardinals Stadium, that was Bud Dupree leading the charge, the senior out of Irwinton, Georgia. Don't believe that was putting Dyer on a pedestal tackle. So now it's 3rd and 23. Dupree's trying to come from the left edge. Bonafon steps up, chased by Bud, and he'll get him at the 19. Seven-yard gain, but not nearly enough, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, wow, Kentucky really looks energized now. They went through an 8-game stretch with no break, no bye week. Coach Stoops told us his team was run down. The bye week last week came at the right time. You can see this team. They are playing with a lot of energy, started off the game energized, and this defense has played well ever since.
Michael Robinson back deep. Ryan Johnson gets it away. Robinson at the 45 and tripped up immediately. 3-0 Kentucky here in the first. Well, from the pregame hostilities that we showed you before, we haven't had any penalties yet in the game, but certainly physical play from both sides. And then as we were heading to break on the punt, the players get into it again. And now you've got to be real careful. That's number 5, Michael Dyer, out there on the field. Remember, coaches and players who leave the bench area and enter the field are considered to be participating in a fight and could be subject to an ejection, as Towles heaves it downfield just out of the reach of Ryan Timmons. So nice. While emotions are running high, now you got to be careful that you stay in the ball game. Down to Paul Carcaterra.
Indeed. Be very careful in pregame in that first scuffle. I was 5 yards from him, and he was jawing nonstop. Number 5 in black better watch himself here, because the refs know what's going on in regards to who's involved in these altercations. He's really skating on thin ice.
That's Michael Dyer, the senior from Little Rock. He had been on the field as part of the offense prior to that punt. Now it's 2nd and 10 Kentucky with a 3-0 lead. Towles will keep. He's not the kind of quarterback that's going to slide every time. He runs right into Gerard Holloman after an 11-yard pickup.
I like the play call in this sequence so far. They go deep on the first play. Talk about backing up the safeties. Now, they did not hit it, but he had a receiver. Timmons was behind the defense. It just makes the safeties aware that you can get behind us and you can go deep. Now they have to be aware and stay out of the run game.
The cutback by Williams. It's inside the 30. It was Boone's 43-yard scamper that set up the field goal earlier. Down to the bottom right. He'll drop back into coverage. Towles running out of time, finding a little room, and his pass is away incomplete. Gerard Holloman was the guy coming after him.
Louisville dropped Malden back in coverage at that time, trying to throw a curveball at the Kentucky offense. They had time in the pocket, just nobody open in the secondary. Towles makes a nice play, stays on his feet, runs through the contact, talked about his size and strength, and then gets rid of the ball, keeping them in field goal range. A chance to put more points on the board. Your defense is going to have to hold, and you're going to have to get more than field goals on these drives when you cross the 50-yard line.
The young quarterback does give the redshirt freshman kicker an opportunity. McGinnis has been good from 22, this one from 45. That's been within his range this year. From straight away, and he's right down the middle with it. 6-0 Cats on the road in need of a win to play in a bowl game. Austin McGinnis, by the way, with that last field goal, has tied the Kentucky single-season record with 19. A record that has stood since Joey Worley in 1985. Out of the I formation for Bonafon. And the cutback. Dyer out to the 29. So we've seen the pushing and shoving. We've heard what the coaches say, Joey. How does it finally register in these kinds of games to settle down and just play football?
And that's the toughest part, is to settle down. You had lead up all week long. In some of these rivalry games, it's all year long, where you have clocks in your building, where you talk about beating this team. It's marked on the schedule, and you finally get into the game, and you have all this emotion. You've got to find a way to stay at that elevated emotional level and play smart football. I think both teams have done that pretty well today.
The crossing route looking for Parker, and it's broken up by Fred Tiller. Remember, this has been a rivalry that traditionally has always been played early in the season. They wanted to move it to later in the year to really amp up the rivalry and generate as much interest as possible.
I think it helps Kentucky to have this game at the end of the season. You know, this is the rivalry game. I think if, you know, when you talk to Coach Petrino, you talk to the Louisville staff, you know, they have Florida on the schedule. They had Clemson on the schedule. They had Florida State on their schedule. They had Notre Dame on the schedule. So there's big games along the way on their schedule. Not to say Kentucky doesn't.
Punt is blocked. And now the punter, Johnson, trying to run for it, and he is brought down by Kentucky. Javis Blue, the wide receiver playing special teams, is the guy that comes around the edge to get the block.
You can see the nice move, takes a step upfield and just gets underneath. You never want to give up the underneath. Make them go around you. It's hard to get there. Another big play by this Kentucky defense. Again, getting the ball on the plus side of the 50-yard line. They've got to find a way to start putting some of these drives into the end zone. But they have had a terrific start on the defensive side of the ball with the plays, shutting down the defense from Louisville, getting off the field on third downs, and now they make the big play on special teams. Can they flip it into points?
Keith Brown was the guy that Blue got around after Kentucky forced a third 3 and out. And now Towles looking to capitalize. Malden's coming up the middle. They run by him with Williams. Down the sideline, inside the 20, and run out by Sample.
Nice blocking off the left side. Again, Williams starts up into the line, into the middle before he bounces it, allowing the linebackers, allowing the safeties to get inside, and then nice blocking to the outside. You can see the patience again. Doesn't see the hole he wants inside, finds room to run outside.
Boom, 3 rushes, 46 yards in the first quarter. That has led to a couple of Kentucky field goals and a 6-0 lead. The rivalry getting amped up today in Louisville. A lot on the line here in the Bluegrass State for the Cats and the Cards. Papa John's Cardinal Stadium here in Louisville, Kentucky, with a couple of field goals. Their defense has held Louisville to just 32 total yards. They have an interception, and the Cats have also blocked a punt, which now they are trying to convert into points as we start the second quarter. One play has been run since that block, and now Towles out of the gun. Robinson, the motion man. Towles will keep wrapped up at the line. Good push by Vatove, the junior out of Patterson, California, along with Sheldon Rankins.
It's tough to run draws against this defense. They get pretty good penetration. They're quick, they're strong, and when you hold the ball in the backfield on these draw plays, you have to worry about guys like Vatove getting at your quarterback, which he did there.
The fake to Williams. This is Robinson. Coming out of the backfield, Robinson, a couple of stiff arms to get inside the 15. Was able to push Holloman out of the way, a 9-yard gain.
You can see off the edge, the penetration, get the ball out quick. I like these plays. This is where they've made their heads on the outside. When Boone Williams has had the long runs, it's to the outside of this Louisville defense that's strong in their front 7. Get the ball out of Towles' hands, get out wide, nice blocking, and then some poor tackling by Louisville out wide.
They'll put the tight end Borden in the backfield with DJ Warren, the tight end, on 3rd and 3. Williams running left. Good pursuit by Louisville. They couldn't corral him, and Williams diving inside the 10. And it's 1st and goal, Kentucky.
Nice block by Blake Bone, the wide receiver. And again, there goes Williams with the patience, the inside, and the ability, the speed to bounce it outside. Louisville has this played pretty well. Safety in place, and that's Holloman. Their playmaking safety with a chance to make this tackle, and Williams just a better athlete on this play.
2nd and goal, Williams to the middle, cuts to the outside, Williams to the end zone. And a touchdown off the block punt.
You think Williams understands this rivalry? I mean, this young guy has been able to go inside and then just show the speed and the burst to get outside to outrun the Louisville defense. And you don't see many people do that, but Williams has done it a couple times here in this game early on.
His big run set up the first field goal, and now 11 yards out for Boone Williams for the touchdown. McGinnis with the PAT, and the Cats lead the Cards 13-0. It starts with Javis Blue getting the punt block, Joey, and then Boone will finish.
Talked about getting points on the board. Best way to do it, keep the ball on the ground, put the ball in your playmaker's hands, Williams with the speed and the power to get in the end zone. Defense.
On the return, L.J. Scott out across the 40. The story here, Kentucky 10 points off of a turnover and a block punt that led to the Boone Williams touchdown. And Bobby Petrino looking to get the offense cranked up a little bit. 32 yards of total offense so far for Petrino, who's back at Louisville after a tremendously successful stint from 2003 to 2006. And a big hit in the backfield on the carry by Radcliffe. That was Jabari Johnson laying the lumber, and a loss of 1.
You can see where the emotion is. When you look at these two sidelines right now, look at the Kentucky sideline. The emotion is all on their sideline, and this is why. These kind of hits, these kind of plays to block punt. They've sacked Bonafon 2 times. They've been in his face all day long. They've shut out Parker so far in this game, and then the big hit by Johnson in the last play. That's why all the energy, all the emotion is on the Kentucky sideline right now.
Bonafon working out of the gun. Here comes Dupree. Couldn't hang on. Bonafon on the run and taken down at the 45. Manages to scramble to pick up 4. And is Bonafon hurt on the play? The youngster who is making his 5th start, he is on in relief this season for their original starter, Will Gardner, done for the year with a knee injury. Back here at Louisville, starting quarterback Reggie Bonafon, injured on that last play. Helped over to the Louisville sideline. And now they're going to get him up on the training table there to take a closer look, but it certainly did not look good. Reggie needed some time to get to his feet, Joey. And Kyle Bolin will now come on, the redshirt freshman from Lexington Catholic High School. With a couple of games, he has attempted just 7 passes all year. No touchdowns, no interceptions, and now he will come on for Bonafon. Bolin will throw it, and he's got a first down to Eli Rogers, down to Paul Carcaterra.
Well, Beth, in regards to Reggie Bonafon, his left knee, trainers are evaluating it, doing all the stability tests based on body language from him and the training staff. Does not look good at the moment.
Thank you, Paul.
Give Bolin a lot of credit. Comes out, very first throw off the sideline and gets a big first down.
First catch for Rogers, and back to the air, looking deep for Parker. He's got him at the 15, and Devontae Parker streaks into the end zone. Touchdown, Louisville.
Well, so much for letting Bolin settle in. Comes in on a 3rd down, gets a first down, and on the next play, his second play of the game, goes deep to Parker, getting him involved in this offense, and he hasn't been up until now, and they go deep and they find him for the big play.
And how big is that for the young man from Lexington? Finding Devontae Parker for the 45-yard touchdown, and Louisville on the board, trailing 13-7.
Talked about Parker having 1 catch in this game up until now. Really hasn't been a factor. Out wide, man-to-man coverage. Go to your playmaker, give him a chance, get in the end zone.
In 2002, Kentucky upset a ranked Louisville team to take home the Governor's Cup. They also did it in 2007 when Louisville was in the top 10. Right now they've got the 13-7 lead.
Bolin fresh into the game, hasn't thrown any passes. Run the ball first. He's thrown 2 passes, has gotten his team fired up. The sideline is completely different than when he came into the game. Comes and makes 2 really big plays, one on 3rd down and then going deep for the touchdown.
Robinson in the end zone. Boise State can get a New Year's 6 bowl if they can beat Utah State today and then win the Mountain West Conference Championship as the highest ranked team of the group of 5. That's Williams, tracked down by Holloman. 3-yard gain, and now here comes 3rd down.
Yeah, and this is a big 3rd down for Kentucky. Definitely the biggest 3rd down in this game. Louisville finally got things going, got a touchdown to tighten this game up. Now all of a sudden it's 3rd and 8. Can you make a play if you're Kentucky? Can you stay on the field, try to stop some of the momentum that Louisville gets from scoring a touchdown?
1 for 5 on 3rd down today. Towles incomplete on the rollout, looking for Ryan Timmons. Holloman was lurking.
Yeah, interesting play call. You roll towards Malden, you roll away from Towles' throwing arm, and then he tries to throw an out route. That is a tough play to make. I know it's to the field, but interesting play call on a big 3rd down.
Brandon Foster on to punt. Eli Rogers back deep. He's counting up his teammates to make sure there's only 10 of them out there. And along with himself, he'll stand at his own 35. Chance for Louisville to flip the field a bit as well. End over end, it's short. And it's down by Kentucky around the 37-yard line. The catch claiming that it hit a Cardinal player, just a 29-yard punt. As it stands, Louisville will have it at their 37. Stoops wants the officials to take a look. First and 10 for Louisville. Dyer the offset back. Parker to the near side, and the passes to Dyer out of the backfield. With a lot of running room, Dyer with the change of pace gets inside the 20.
Nice play by Bowen, understanding the pressures in his face from Zadarius Smith. Takes the hit, stands in the pocket, delivers a strike to Dyer. Get it in your playmaker's hands, out in space. And then when these running backs get matched up with a linebacker, Flanagan's 225 pounds out in space, that's a foot race that Dyer's going to win. And these Louisville quarterbacks have taken a lot of hits today. You know, you give credit to the Kentucky defensive line, but also give credit to Bowen standing in, taking this hit, and delivering a strike.
Bowen off the bench, he's 3 for 3 for 87 yards. Make it 4 for 4. Christian, the tight end, inside the 5. It's first and goal. It's 18 more yards. Bowen now over 100 yards passing. Look at the difference here in the second quarter after Kentucky owned the first. Dyer wrapped up by Dupree, who came charging around that right end.
This Kentucky defense, if they're going to make a play, it's usually Dupree is the guy that can do it, coming off the edge. I think he's better used in this defense when they send him into the backfield. Whether it's a passing game, whether it's the running game, let Dupree play on the end and be disruptive in the backfield. He has the speed and quickness. If you don't block him, he'll get there. And he did that on that play, making a nice tackle in the backfield.
The SEC's active sack leader, making his 38th consecutive start today. Parker isolated to the top of the screen. They'll run it the other way. Dyer breaking the tackle, diving for the end zone, and he breaks the plane. Dupree had him at the 3, couldn't hang on. Does he break the plane before he goes down? Second touchdown in 4.5 minutes for Louisville, and now a PAT away from taking the lead. John Wallace. He's got it. From down 13 to up 1, a quick turnaround for the Ville. 14-13, Louisville with the lead. Kyle Bowen coming on for the injured Reggie Bonafon, and the offenses look different for the Cards. Robinson thought about it, and then will take a knee. How about Kyle Bowen after the injury to Bonafon? Bowen has steadied the ship.
He really has, and he's come in on a key third down, making the play. And he's been hit 2 or 3 times and delivered the ball downfield. You can see here, that was probably his biggest hit by Zadarius Smith, where he stands in and delivers the ball to Dyer, and then in the red zone finds his tight end.
Out of Lexington Catholic High School, Kyle Bowen in his 3rd game this year. He had 4 completions all season prior to today, and now this afternoon in the second quarter, 4 for 4 for 104.
Big drive for Kentucky. Can Towles and his Kentucky offense get back on track, try to find a way to flip the momentum.
Let's see if the former Mr. Kentucky football can get things going at quarterback. Towles chased out of there by Malden, incomplete, into some traffic along the sideline. And 2nd and 10, the end around Robinson stays on his feet, gets away from Malden with a nice juke move, and then tripped up at the 25. Ends up being no gain, down to Paul.
Beth, it looks like Floyd, the starting defensive back, for Louisville right now. Cramping, getting hydrated. It looks like he had some type of a liquid mixture with some salt in there, and trainer's working on him. I expect him to be back.
Thank you, Paul. That was his replacement, Johnson, with the tackle. And now it's 3rd and 10. Just 23 yards of total offense for Kentucky here in the second quarter.
This Louisville defense leads the country in interceptions. You get in these 3rd and longs, you got to take care of the football.
Towles trying to drop it off to the tight end for a 1-yard gain, and that's it. Gaines with the tackle on Stephen Morton.
You can see Louisville settled in. You know, you looked at this game early, and there's a lot of emotion from the Kentucky sideline, playing well on defense, giving the offense a chance in the short field. Now Louisville's finally settled in, put 14 points on the board. The defense has cranked it up, and they'll get a chance to get this ball in good field position. And that's what Kentucky had in the first quarter, the good field position, and only got 13 points out of it. Now Louisville has started to put these points on the board. You knew it was coming eventually.
Foster's kick will chase Rogers back to the 30 for the fair catch. It's a 44-yard punt. And push forward inside the 30 for Louisville. That's Brandon Radcliffe. Brian Flanagan with the stop. Scores on their last 2 possessions for Louisville. Trying to keep their hopes alive for a New Year's Eve trip to the Orange Bowl. They also have an opportunity with a win here and in their bowl game to set a school record with a 3rd straight 10-win season, at least. 11 wins and 12 wins in each of the last 2 years. Number 5 on the play clock. Bowling. Again, out of the backfield, Radcliffe. For more on Bonafon, here's Paul.
Beth and Joey, not good news for Louisville. Reggie Bonafon, the starting quarterback, he is out for the rest of the game. This will be Kyle Boland's show for the remainder.
Thank you. So Bobby Petrino and this Louisville offense, they've already had to deal with losing original starter Will Gardner earlier this year with a knee injury. Now Bonafon out the rest of the day. Boland intercepted. And this is trouble. Kentucky brings it back for the pick 6. It's Fred Tiller, 40 yards in the other direction.
Some miscommunication in coverage. Parker's reading one thing, Boland's reading the other.
Well, Boland had started out 5 for 5, including a touchdown pass, and this one goes to the wrong uniform. Big momentum changer for Fred Tiller in the right place at the right time. McGinnis to make it a 6-point lead. .330 to go in the half, and the defense joining the special teams, making big plays today.
And this is just a miscommunication. This is Tiller, the corner, and this is his area to cover. And you look behind him, here's a safety in cover 2, and this is his area to cover. And when this play gets started, you can see Boland is thinking that Tiller's going to back up. Stays there in his coverage. That's a cover 2. That's a classic cover 2 corner. Sits out in the flat. Boland misreads it, throws it right to Tiller. Easy touchdown, easiest play, easiest interception Tiller's probably ever had.
What's at stake for Kentucky? Well, it's been a long wait. This their 6th attempt at bowl eligibility since October 18th when they were 5-1. Mark Stoops' club played 8 weeks in a row. They got knocked around a little bit in the SEC. They had the bye last week, and now their last chance today to make it happen. And especially important for the young cats, Joey, to get a couple more weeks of practice leading up to a bowl game if they can get it.
Absolutely, and you're in a rebuilding situation. Getting to a bowl game is huge. You mentioned the practices, but what it does, it helps you in recruiting. Recruits come to colleges, they want to go to bowl games.
Short kick. And that will set up Louisville because of the penalty they were set back, and now the Cards will have it at midfield. Radcliffe will get the carry. inside the 40. Keep in mind, too, 16 years of the BCS, Joey, 14 years a top 4 team lost in one of the last 2 weekends of the season. So there is still an opportunity historically for some changes to be made near the top.
Yeah, now on a day when Ohio State needs to make a statement, and they need to make one in that game. TCU made their statement at Texas. Now Ohio State needs to hold serve, and they're not doing a very good job in the first half at Michigan.
Bolin links up with Gerald Christian, the transfer from Florida, who was originally recruited to Gainesville by Charlie Strong. Didn't like the situation there, decided to transfer here. Bolin now 6 for 7, 110 yards. Bolin rifles it right down the middle, quick inside the 30-yard line, reaching down to the 27. They get 13 yards back. Josh Forrest on the coverage. That's the first catch for Quick. Empty set, 5 wides for Bolin. Looking right now, drops it off underneath. Rogers with room. Inside the 15, the 10. Diving his way and lunging for the 1-yard line. What an effort by Eli Rogers, getting his head down and running through Cody Quinn.
And you can see how important it is for Kentucky to get pressure on the quarterback. When it comes to the second level, Louisville is better athletically than Kentucky in their secondary. So when they get this ball out wide to the receivers underneath, they have the ability to outrun guys and make guys miss.
Radcliffe is in a tailback, 1st and goal. The handoff and the touchdown, Brandon Radcliffe. Cards tie it up, and now a chance to take the lead. 45 seconds to go in the half. All their scoring coming here in the second quarter as they go 47 yards in 7 plays. The extra point is good from John Wallace. Halftime here in Louisville. The Cards up on the Cats 21-20. All right, let's go down to Paul.
Coach, with the pregame altercations, some personal fouls, this is a rivalry game. How do you channel your team's emotions?
Well, we got to settle down and make plays. I mean, emotion's good and all that, but it's about execution. You know, I like the attitude of our team, but I don't like the execution. Defensively, we had a few breakdowns there. This is a good football team. We got to settle down. Defensively,
what have been the biggest challenges in that second quarter?
Well, we cut a couple guys loose on some under routes, and you know, they converted a few 3rd downs, so we got to settle in.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, Paul. Kyle Bolin, the big story for Louisville, coming on as the quarterback with a big second quarter, and the Cards are on top by 1. Let's get you to the Dave Buster's halftime report.
All right, we're having some audio issues in Louisville right now, so we're going to keep it here in studio until we can get Beth and Joey and Paul back online, and once we do, we'll send you back out there for the audio, but at least we have the pictures, so you'll get to enjoy the sultry sounds of Brett McMurphy and Robert Smith here for the first few minutes of the second half. Just a few seconds away from kick, 21-20. Louisville with the lead at the half, and really, Brett, the story of the first half has been Kyle Bolin, the redshirt freshman quarterback, coming in for Louisville, really the 3rd-string quarterback. Will Gardner's out. Reggie Bonafon was knocked out in the first half of this game. He came out, made one big mistake, the pick 6, but he's acquitted himself fairly well.
Yeah, he's 8 for 9 to this point, 149 yards, the 1 interception you mentioned, the pick 6. Louisville has totally dominated the first half, almost doubling Kentucky in total yardage, but they've got the 2 interceptions, block punt. You can't make that many mistakes and win this type of game. Kentucky fighting to get bowl eligible after missing out in their last 5 games.
They're experiencing some technical difficulties. Hope to have those squared away for you. As Kyle Bolin and the Louisville offense is back out there. They scored 3 times, 3 touchdowns in that second quarter. Bolin on in relief of the injured starting quarterback Reggie Bonafon. Kyle is 8 for 9, 149 yards, including a touchdown pass to Devontae Parker. Blitz coming for Kentucky, and the Cards run into it with Brandon Radcliffe. Zadarius Smith with the tackle.
Yeah, and Bolin steps into this game on a third down, a 3rd and 6, a big one for Louisville. They had not gotten anything going offensively. I'm thinking run the ball like everyone does, and Bolin steps into this game, completes his first 2, his second one being for a touchdown. This one takes the big hit, stands in the pocket, finds Dyer, and then goes outside. He's been outstanding since he's gotten into this game, and surprisingly, you know, he hasn't looked like a freshman. He hasn't looked like a young kid that just came off the bench. He's looked like a guy that is running this offense like he's been doing it all along.
And the one blemish is the completion to the Kentucky cornerback, Fred Tiller, the pick 6 for 40 yards. That is his only mistake. And now it's 3rd down coming up for the youngster out of Lexington Catholic. They'll go empty set again.
Kentucky did a nice job in that first half getting pressure on the quarterback. Let's see what they do here on this 3rd down.
4-man rush. The receiver screen. Parker looking to make a play. Breaking tackles. He's got the first down and more. The cutback at the 45. And he'll step out of bounds. 23 yards for Parker and a first down.
And when I turned on the film to study Parker and study this Louisville offense, the part that surprised me the most is his ability to make guys miss in the open field. For a big receiver, for a guy that's 6'3", 210 pounds, he has the ability to make you miss. We saw in the first play, caught the ball behind the line of scrimmage, made 3 or 4 guys miss. Now he has 3 catches for 76 yards and a touchdown, and that's because his ability to make guys miss when they have a shot at him.
Trying to go to him again. Incomplete, broken up by Stamps. That's also what makes Parker a projected top 10 draft choice. Scouts Inc. right now has him at number 9. Only Alabama's Amari Cooper rated as a higher wide receiver prospect.
And there is a number of receivers across the country this year. You looked at Jalen Strong yesterday for Arizona State, the incredible receiver. The guys that can go up and get the ball. The NFL is now moving to the bigger receiver, guys that can just outsize the corners. And Parker's another guy that has the ability to go up with the stretch of his arms and catch the high balls.
Bolin on the run, shoved out of bounds by Bud Dupree, and a penalty flag. I don't think it was Bud. I think it was the next guy, Mike Douglas.
And this is a really bad play. I mean, there is no excuse on a 3rd down in this kind of game. You're in your second half. You settled in. You dealt with the emotion, and to make this play on the sideline is you can't understand it.
It is a late hit penalty on Douglas, and instead of 4th and 7, it's 1st down Louisville. That's a good 2 steps out of bounds.
And puts them in scoring distance now. I mean, that play in this kind of game, you know, for a team that has struggled, lost some games in a row, have a chance in the second half to make that play coming out it's hard to understand making that play on the sideline.
That was Douglas's reaction to seeing himself up on the Jumbotron on the replay, especially considering their offense has struggled to move the football today. This defensive unit has been making good plays for them, and now Bolin downfield to Parker, bounces off a defender and scores. Second time, Bolin and Parker hook up, and instead of a punt, it's a touchdown for Louisville.
And Parker's just too big, he's too tough, he's too strong to come up. Tiller's 170 pounds. You have to wrap. You've got to get both arms around this kid. He's proven he can make guys miss, and now he's proven he can run through the tackles if you don't wrap him.
What a turnaround off of the personal foul penalty on Kentucky. And the big day continues for Kyle Bolin to Devontae Parker, their second hookup. It's an 8-point Louisville lead.
Teddy Bridgewater and Charlie Strong guiding the Cardinals to their 3rd straight series win, last year in Lexington and now back home in Louisville looking for a 4th straight. They've got the lead 28-20, under 10 minutes to go here in the 3rd. DeMarco Robinson and Braylon Hurd will be the deep men for the Cats. Got to get something going on offense. Just 145 yards total today. John Wallace kicks it off. Robinson from the 8. First and 10, Kentucky. Cards bring a 4-man rush. Braylon Hurd hit right at the line of scrimmage. And wrapped up there by James Burgess.
And again, setting the edge. That's Burgess coming off the edge, not giving Williams the place to bounce this ball outside. If they can keep him contained, keep him between the tackles, you have a much better shot of tackling him, bringing him down. He's a fast runner, wants to get outside, wants to bounce it. In this second half, Louisville 2 times now has done a nice job of setting the edge.
Hurd off the right side, gets out across the 35. Keep in mind, too, for this Louisville defense, Kentucky's points, 17 of them coming off of miscues. You had a short field off of a block punt. You had a pick 6 directly into the end zone. So otherwise, this unit has lived up to its billing today as one of the top 10 Ds in the country.
I'd like to see Towles get out of the pocket. Louisville got there last time with 3 guys on the rush. This time, let's see him get out of the pocket, not stand in there, not let the defensive line for Louisville just tee off.
Towles will keep, and he won't get there. Popped by Gerard Holloman with a little help from Jermaine Reeve.
And until you can make plays in the passing game, you're going to have to deal with these safeties. Holloman, the safety, down in the box, making a tackle. Until you make plays downfield in your passing game, you always have to worry about the 8-man box. You have to worry about the safety starting to creep down to shut down the run.
Boy, that defense just swarmed to the quarterback. Not fooled by the fakes. Foster to punt on 4th down and 2. And that one will bound into the end zone for the touchback. Dyer is back in at tailback. Dyer coughs it up. It's scooped up by Kentucky. And down to the 20-yard line goes Zadarius Smith. And another takeaway for the Cats. That's 3 on the day. Bud Dupree was able to strip it away from Michael Dyer.
When coming to this game, you want to talk about Kentucky's chances to make play. It starts with Bud Dupree. He's their playmaker on the defensive side of the ball. Zadarius Smith has been outstanding, getting pressure on the quarterback. You can see the scoop. Has a chance to put this one in. Not enough athletic ability to make to get it in, but another huge play defensively. Now, can your offense match what your defense is giving you? Giving them chances, keeping Kentucky in this game. Can you get points on the board and stay with it if you're the offense of Kentucky?
Towles with the fake, looking for an option. Runs out of them, he'll throw it away.
They're gonna have to go to a quick game. I mean, this standing in the pocket is not working out. The coverage is too good on the back end. The rush is too good on the front end. Nowhere to go with this football. Maybe if you go screens outside, but asking Towles, asking this offensive line to allow Towles to stand in the pocket and look downfield is not working. You have to go to something else. You have to think otherwise. Get the ball out of his hands quickly.
Williams incomplete. They tried to get it to Ryan Timmons. Jermaine Reeve was right there waiting.
Well, Well, me and Neil Brown were on the same page. The offensive coordinator, get it out quick, run a screen play. Didn't work out. We need better blocking outside. But you did put yourself in a position to make the big mistake. You can get a field goal out of this drive. You're only down 8. You know, you don't want to take a huge risk. So don't let Towles stand in the pocket. A sack could really hurt you in this situation. We talked about Louisville's defense ability to get the interception. So be safe with the ball. Make sure you get points.
Lorenzo Malden hand down in the dirt to the right side of the D-line. Here comes Malden trying to get to the quarterback, and down goes Towles as he ran right into Mount.
Louisville rushing four this time. There's Malden, the athletic ability, sending Towles to the right. And then you look back into the coverage. You maybe have a shot at the corner route to the top of the screen, but boy, that's going to be a tough throw. You got to just try to find ways to get the ball out quickly. Maybe a screen play because the rush is getting there with the front 4.
Austin McGinnis trying to go 3 for 3 today, and he does. It's a 5-point Louisville lead, 1:40 to go in the third. The first time that these two teams are playing in the season finale. They are hoping that this will elevate the rivalry to even higher status.
Yeah, you look at the last play and just watch Braylon Hurd on this play. Talked about where can Towles go with this ball. Check it down. Try to find your running back out of the backfield. You want to get him there quicker, but once he does, get him the ball and see if he can make a play for you.
Radcliffe thought about it. Will stay in the end zone for the touchback. Need the win today to get there.
And Flanagan makes this play, doesn't get the stats, won't get the tackle, but the way he filled on this play, the disruption he caused in the backfield, he really makes this play for the Kentucky defense, and then they just rallied to the ball, bringing more than one guy. Talked about tackling these guys, and this is the way linebackers have to feel. Watch Flanagan, number 33, comes up, wins the battle inside because he makes the running back make a cut behind the line of scrimmage. That's what you want to do on defense.
It's a Kentucky defense that has kept it close, but Louisville behind the direction of relief quarterback Kyle Bowen will take the lead into the fourth. Petrino and Stoops shook hands before the kick, and well, that was the end of it pregame. We have had 5 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties called on the two teams today. As we get underway here in the fourth quarter, the under route, that time covered much better by the Kentucky defense. Kai Dela Cruz was there.
Yeah, the defense went to a zone defense that time, and they kept their eye on the underneath route. They've been hurt by that play. Bolin knew that, went down low to it, and this time the defense was there in place where they should be in the zone.
Defense has been making plays all day. 20 of their 23 points off of Louisville miscues, including 3 turnovers and a blocked punt. And it's been cool under pressure so far for Kyle Bolin at quarterback. Here he is on third down. Rogers corralled at the 45, and the spot will bring him up short. John Forrest was there.
Nice play by Forrest, the second defensive play we've seen him make. The other on the sideline on the passing, or on the pass by Bolin, poked out, this time in place again. The zone coverage, you got to tackle in these situations. When you're in place, make the tackle. Nice chance for the Kentucky defense to get off the field.
Kentucky hustling to get a return man back, DeMarco Robinson. Deep Ron Johnson sent the punt away. This is 5th punt of the day. And Robinson with the fair catch. They'll start it out inside their 15. Beth Mullins along with Joey Galloway, Paul Carcaterra. It is tight into the fourth quarter here. Joey, what do you expect from this Kentucky offense to struggle to get something going here?
Yeah, if you're Coach Stoops and you're in your fourth quarter, you're only down 5 at Louisville, you're pretty excited about your chances. Now you have to find a way offensively to move the chains, at least change the field position, get the ball downfield. They have not been able to throw the ball very well today. Towles has struggled in the pocket. They've gotten pressure on him with a 3-4-man rush. Now you just got to find a way to get the ball downfield, make a play in the passing game, take a shot. Earlier in the game, they had receivers behind the defense of Louisville, but they missed the play. Go back to it. Give Towles another shot. See if your receivers can go down and catch a deep one.
Meanwhile, the Louisville D has really cranked up the heat since they fell behind 13-0 in the first quarter. Towles on 3rd and 7. Deep down the middle, and he's got a man at midfield. Herrick with the catch. Down to the 40-yard line of Louisville.
Outstanding throw by Towles. Talked about the struggles. This is a great throw. It's the slot receiver in this situation, going straight down the seam, behind the safeties. Behind the linebackers, in front of the safeties. A nice throw by Towles. Strong arm, 42-yard gain.
He had 42 yards passing prior to that play. Picks up 42 more there. Dropping it off to Hurd. Good yards after the catch, and Hurd inside the 20.
A nice play call. There's the quick throw. Get it out. There's the screen play. Get your back out into the field. When they send these blitzes at you, the back is the guy that gets lost by the defense. And if you can leak him out and get him the ball out in space, that's how you get 21 yards.
First down carry, Hurd to the short side, down to the 15. Wrapped up by Burgess and Dubose. And both sides have had their fair share of close games, down to the wire finishes this year for Louisville. Just last week, the big win up in South Bend. Kentucky, that huge fourth quarter comeback, their biggest win of the season against South Carolina in October. Hurd slices back to the right.
And nothing inside. When this running game is gaining yards, it's been outside. There has not been much inside. Sheldon Rankins on the stop there for the Louisville defense. I would find a way to get outside. And again, if it's a screen, if it's a wide screen to my wide receivers, if it's rolling Towles out of the pocket, I would not stay set in the pocket. I would not try to run the ball between tackles. Louisville has just been way too good inside in this game.
It's the freshman Boom Williams now in the backfield. 3rd and 5. Towles goes to the release valve, down to the 10-yard line. It's Williams, and that will be a couple of yards short.
Since we talked about getting the ball out, watch your back here. This is Williams, and if you freeze, give him the ball now. If you drop this ball off to Williams at this point, he has a chance to get this ball in his hands and make a play and get a first down for you. As a quarterback, when you're getting pressured, you want to find your running back out of the backfield and give it to him early.
Austin McGinnis with his 4th field goal of the day. It's a 2-point Louisville lead. A couple of field goals here for Kentucky to get back within striking distance. 9:48 to play. And the kickoff goes out of bounds to the benefit of Louisville. How about the job Gary Pinkel's done? That's back-to-back East Division crowns in the SEC since joining the league. Bolin down the middle, incomplete. Looking for Charles Stanberry.
Pretty good coverage by Flanagan. Way downfield, linebacker covering, that far downfield. Does a nice job of staying between the receiver and the quarterback, making Bolin have to throw this ball over his head and make a really nice throw to complete it.
This game turned when Kyle Bolin came on in a tough situation and immediately completed his first 2 pass attempts. One of them a 45-yard touchdown to Devontae Parker. And that was back in the second quarter and got Louisville going. Hit as he tries to throw it. It is scooped up by Kentucky and Mike Douglas. And Douglas will go all the way. The Cats defense does it again. 26 points off of takeaways and miscues. And it's Bud Dupree again with the strip. And a play that will be under review. But as it stands, Mike Douglas, 29 yards on the touchdown.
Wow, that one is close. That one is, we have to take a couple looks at this. The arm is moving, but does the ball come out before the arm goes?
McGinnis, good. 10 points in 16 seconds. The Kentucky defense has scored twice today. And the Cats are back on top in the fourth. 4 takeaways for Kentucky, a block punt. Louisville had a chance for an interception that could have gone 95 yards the other way. That was dropped. And for that Kentucky defense, a scoop and score and a pick six. The second time this year that Kentucky's defense has scored twice. Need a win for bowl eligibility. Louisville needs a win to try and stay in contention, possibly for the Orange Bowl, and another 10-win season for the 3rd year in a row. Down to Paul.
Kentucky coaches call Bud Dupree their best player for a reason. He has a relentless motor and his ability to make plays. Joey, you mentioned he caused that fumble for the Douglas touchdown, but Dupree has been nursing a right groin injury most of the second half. Every time he comes off the field, he's got ice on there. He's getting extra stretching from the training staff, but they can't keep him off the field.
Parker is the wide out to the near side. Dupree is there in the circle. Bolin looking deep down the far sideline. He's got a man, and the catch is made by James Quick out across the 30-yard line, and a first down. 29 yards as Bolin does make a play.
Yeah, and it's the protection up front. It's the double team on Bud Dupree, making sure he doesn't make a play for this defense. And then the safeties have got to get wide in this coverage. We're talking a 3rd and long, and it looked again as if they're playing half-field coverage and safeties have to get wide.
Incomplete off the chest of Keith Tobridge. 2nd down.
But give Bolin a lot of credit. I mean, he's standing in his own end zone.
Yep.
Huge play, down by 5, 3rd and long, and he stood back there and delivers a strike to the sideline.
Radcliffe, the offset back. Kentucky will make some shifts defensively. Dupree trying to get after Bolin. Passes away to midfield, and the catch down to the 45 for De La Cruz. Another first down for the Cards. 22 yards on the pickup.
Another big play by Bolin, playing like a veteran. Stretches a play, gets outside, and what I love what he did is when he got outside, he reset his feet to throw the ball. You see so many quarterbacks, once they get outside the pocket, try to throw on the run. When they have time to set their feet, he set his feet and delivered a strike.
Bolin looking for Parker. He's got him at the 20. Touchdown, Louisville. Tiller has 1 pick six, and he tried for another one. And instead, Parker has his 3rd touchdown catch of the day.
Tiller just gets lost. I mean, once you flip around that direction and you lose sight of the football, you lose sight of Parker, and then you circle back and try to find both. I mean, it's too tough. It's too tough to cover Parker when you got both eyes on him the whole time. You lose sight of him, and it's going to be tough to make this play. And again, Parker goes up and makes another play.
They'll go for 2 to make it a 3-point lead. Bolin to the end zone, picked off. Intercepted by A.J. Stamps, so they are denied the deuce, but Louisville with a 1-point lead.
And this is why Parker's the big play man right here. Go up, get the ball, keep your balance, put it in the end zone.
Louisville gets the lead back. 34-33, just under 8 minutes to go. They went 96 yards in a minute and a half. Kyle Bolin started out in his own end zone, and he hooks up for the third time with Devontae Parker to get the lead. Let's get him. First and 10 for the Cats. Receiver screen, and it's dropped. And they're going to call that incomplete. Down to Paul.
Joey, you mentioned before that Louisville's defensive backs, they'll put them out on an island one-on-one coverage. Expect that now in this last drive. Terrell Buckley, the defensive back coach, wants those guys to be out alone so they could bring another guy in the box to protect the D-back guys with against the run. I think this defense is able to get after these guys relentlessly because of the one-on-one coverage outside, and Buckley has the attention of all of his players.
Thank you, Paul. On 2nd and 10. Towles intercepted. Picked off by that defense and James Sample. First takeaway for the Cards. It's Sample's 4th INT. And for this defense, 24th on the season, best in the country.
The coverage just confusing Towles here. Throws it right into the zone coverage. Louisville being again, taking the ball away. We talked about they lead the country, and this is why. When they get their opportunities to catch a ball, they do. Nice play by Sample.
Short field for the Cards. Parker is the wide out to the left. They'll keep it on the ground. That's Radcliffe. Devontae Parker today, 5 catches, 154 yards, 3 touchdowns. He's got scores of 45, 34, and then 45 on the day. Those touchdown numbers a career high for the senior from Louisville. Trying to get the Cards a 4th straight win over Kentucky. Bolin underneath Rogers, inside the 20. How about the numbers for Bolin today? 334 yards and 3 touchdown passes. Throwing down the middle and incomplete. And we've got a penalty flag in the backfield as Towbridge could not haul it in.
Illegal shift. 2 players moving at the same time on the offense. Penalties declined. The result of the play is 4th down.
And after pondering it for the briefest of moments,
Yeah, very brief.
Petrino will send John Wallace out.
Yeah, with his defense, the way they're playing, the struggles of the offense of Kentucky, you absolutely kick this field goal, make it a 4-point game, and force Kentucky to have to get a touchdown to beat you. And I think that's a very easy decision for Coach Petrino.
Wallace has been one of the best in Louisville history, and his 36-yarder spins on through. Now Kentucky needs a touch. 6:30 to play. Louisville by 4. Well, motion's running high in the Bluegrass today. Louisville and Kentucky midway through the 4th quarter, 37-33. The Cards on top, despite 4 turnovers, including 2 Kentucky touchdowns from their defense, as well as having a block punt today. But it's been quite an afternoon for Kyle Bolin, the backup quarterback, with 335 yards passing for Louisville and 3 touchdowns to Devontae Parker. Well, Louisville had some hopes of getting to the Orange Bowl. They needed a Georgia Tech loss. They also needed a Clemson loss, but that didn't happen. The Tigers beating South Carolina today. As Towles looks deep down the field, and he's got a connection with Robinson. Down to the 25-yard line. Big play from Patrick Towles.
And there's the shot outside. There's a shot you take on 1st down when Louisville's playing a man-to-man coverage. See if you can get behind the corners and make it a foot race. See if Floyd can keep up. Robinson gets behind him, 50-yard gain. Nice throw by Towles. That's the shot you want to take on 1st down.
Receiver screen. Spinning inside the 15 and down to the 14 is Blake Bone, the true freshman with the catch.
And throwing it into the side the blitz came from. They're going to be weaker on that side. The blitz comes from the left side. Towles stands in, finds his receiver. Good blocking out there. Gets another first down, and this offense is now moving. Struggled for the most part, and now they're moving a little bit.
Better in the second half through the air for Patrick Towles. Trying to add a touchdown to that resume. They've got one on the ground, Boom Williams. And he is in the backfield with Towles. Boom gets the call, over 100 yards rushing today. Boom, bowling his way inside the 5, staying on his feet for the touchdown, Kentucky.
And what do you say? I mean, seriously, what do you say about that play by Williams? He just wanted it, and you kept waiting and waiting to see when's the rest of the defense from Louisville going to get there. Williams just wanted it more than the guys trying to tackle him, and that's one we'll see later in the SportsCenter Top 10. That's a nominee for sure, and what it means to Kentucky to get the lead back in this game, late in this game. I mean, outstanding play, and the guys he drug to the end zone.
Could have had him outside the 5, and Boom simply would not give up. 123 yards, his second touchdown, and now it's Kentucky back on top.
What an outstanding answer by Kentucky. I mean, you keep waiting on the Wildcats to go away in this situation, on the road,
Best
losing
drive of the
streak,
day.
and they come back and they just keep scratching and keep clawing. And boy, look at this run by Williams. 2 or 3 Louisville players have a chance to make this tackle, and Williams just too strong, too powerful, and gets it in the end zone.
The true freshman, symbolic of a Kentucky turnaround. 5 prior games they have tried and been denied bowl eligibility, and down to their final chance today to try and extend their season. And now it's Louisville's turn. Quick and Radcliffe will be back deep. Radcliffe from the goal line. Gets it back out to the 18. And we've had 6 lead changes already today. Louisville wants a 7th.
And that's a tough one. That's a big one right there. You go from a sack to all of a sudden giving up the first down and 15 yards.
We'll run it with Radcliffe. He powers his way out to the 40. Smith and Forrest got him. We've talked about a big day of head-to-head action, the SEC against the ACC. The finals starting to roll in. Clemson, a winner over South Carolina. Georgia Tech, a winner over Georgia. A couple of wins for the ACC. A collision downfield at the 40-yard line. Both sides calling for a penalty flag. Parker and Quinn got tangled up.
For the most part, all day long, we've seen Tiller, the other corner, covering Parker. This time it's Quinn. And I don't think there's much there. I think it's just 2 guys looking back for the ball, running into each other.
Boy, and then they had a chance for the pick here, and it was dropped by McWilson.
A play that McWilson has got to make in this game. I mean, you got a chance to close the door defensively.
3rd and 3. Pressure coming. They miss Bolin. And he completes the pass for the first down.
I don't know what else you can say about Bolin in the game that he has had. I mean, this looks like a sure sack by the Kentucky defense. Again, they get there with their front 4, have a chance to make this play. I mean, that's Dupree and Douglas with a chance at Bolin, and he finds a way to slide out, and not just slide out, keep your eyes downfield and make a throw to the sideline, squares the shoulders. He throws on the move as well as anyone I've seen this year.
Completes it to James Quick, 1st and 10. Bolin underneath. De La Cruz has it inside the 40. That'll move the chains. Pickup of 11 as we approach 4 minutes to play. And now under it.
To the sideline, squares the shoulders. He throws on the move as well as anyone I've seen this year.
Completes it to James Quick, 1st and 10. Bolin underneath. De La Cruz has it inside the 40. That'll move the chains. Pickup of 11 as we approach 4 minutes to play. And now under it. Bolin trying to drop it over the top to Parker, who comes back and makes the catch at the 15.
And that's the scary part. When you decide to send a blitz at Louisville, talked to him yesterday, McGee, the offense coordinator, when they see blitz, they find Parker. It's a man-to-man coverage out wide. Cody Quinn, the corner, is 5'10". Parker at 6'3", just throw it up, let him go up and make a play.
Devontae Parker, 6 catches, $180 today. They'll run it up the middle. Radcliffe inside the 5. And close to another first down. Mike Douglas saved the touchdown.
As well as this Kentucky defense has played today, I don't know that I understand playing man-to-man coverage against Parker at this stage in the game when you know that's their playmaker and that's the guy they want to find.
Try and make anybody else beat you. Radcliffe running to the right side, and the Cardinals have the lead back. Now a big extra point to again make it a 4-point lead. And it's good. Our 7th lead change of the afternoon. And there's still time for the Cats, 2:47 to go. Another impressive Louisville drive as they score in under 3 minutes.
You can see Big John Miller right here, the right guard, pulls around the edge. And we've seen him out in space early in this game, gets another nice block, easy walk-in touchdown.
44-40, Louisville in the lead, 2:47 to go. Hurd and Robinson will be back deep. One of the classics in this rivalry here in the Bluegrass State. For the first time, it moves to the season finale, and it has lived up to the hype. Well, Chris, Kentucky now will put it in the hands of Patrick Towles, their sophomore quarterback, a lifelong Kentucky fan, trying to end their 3-game losing skid at the hands of the Cardinals and get them back to a bowl game for the first time in 4 years. And he finds Boom Williams.
And if there's a defense that you do not want to be in pass mode against, it's Louisville. They've been as good as anybody taking the ball away through the air all season long. And now Kentucky's in that situation where they have to throw the ball to get this in the end zone. A field goal won't do it.
A wild finish that has seen the teams combine for 30 points already here in the 4th quarter alone. Towles will keep, and he'll run it up the middle, get out across the 40.
There's 2 minutes left in this game. Kentucky has 3 timeouts. There's plenty of time. They got to rush, but you don't have to take chances yet. It's not to the stage where you have to start throwing it up, taking chances with the football.
Williams trying to get to the outside. He will be short of the first down marker. Run out by James Semple. So here comes third down and a few. This top 10 ranked Louisville defense nationally trying to get a stop.
And if you're Towles in this situation, if you see the blitz from Louisville, find where your back is. Find your back coming out of the backfield. He's been open in this half. Get him the football.
Towles are going to run Hurd, trying to reach for the marker, and he won't get there. D'Angelo Brown denied him, and it's fourth down. Kentucky will call a timeout with 1:27 to go, and they need a yard. Towles under center, the push by Kentucky, and it appears that Patrick Towles has it.
Beth, I am not the kind of guy that says I told you so in this situation, but that's one heck of a play call by me. Nice push up front by the offensive line. Nice push by the quarterback, and the running back jumped in there just to get a couple more inches to get a first down.
Towles scrambling, and he'll throw it away. Second and 10.
There's no foul for intentional grounding. The quarterback was outside the pocket, and the pass landed beyond the neutral zone. Second down.
And Towles didn't see what he liked there, and Kentucky's keeping the back end to help with protection. I like being offensive. I like using my back in the pass play. A lot of people get defensive in this situation. They'll keep their back in to help protect the quarterback. Send him out. Make the defense cover him. Make the defense find him as they're blitzing and drop the ball off to him.
Towles gonna run with it. Maybe got a couple. He was following Braylon Hurd, who actually got through there a little quicker.
Yeah, not a fan of that play call. You know, it's second 10. You got about a minute left. I mean, let's find out if Towles can make a play for you down the field with the football. It's getting to that time that now, look, you got to put it in the hands of your quarterback and see if he can make a pass, make a play with his arm.
Final minute in the Commonwealth. 3rd and 9. Towles trying to leg it out to the 45. And a loss on the play. It's 4th and long. So I'm guessing you're going to rule out the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, I think
in this
that
situation.
One's out. Yeah, we got to, again, you got to go downfield. Towles has not seen what he's liked when he's looked downfield, but they're 2 for 2 on 4th down. This one's a little different. They need 11 yards here. But again, the back has been open out of the backfield on these plays. Maybe you go short and see if he can get the 10 for you.
Towles intercepted. Picked off by Louisville. It's Gerard Holloman looking to go the distance. Bumped out of bounds at the 5 by the quarterback. Holloman ties an NCAA single-season record with his 14th INT of the season. And the Cats' bowl hopes may have just gone away. Radcliffe down to the 1. And will Kentucky use its final timeout? It appears not. And the Louisville Cardinals come up with the stop on 4th down, the interception to end it. And Louisville beats Kentucky for the 4th year in a row. With Joey Galloway and Paul Carcaterra, I'm Beth Mullins. Thanks for joining us in Louisville. The Cardinals will keep the Governor's Cup. And their win 44-40. Gerard Holloman with the interception to sew it up. Thanks so much for being with us this afternoon in Louisville. Now back to the studio.